How do I figure out my purpose in life?
You start by asking the question, why am I here? I'm not talking about in the office or in that organization or in that country, but here on the planet. And that's the only way there is to start. It may be an incomplete answer, maybe a half-baked answer, but that is much superior to I don't know and I don't want to question it. It's often attributed to Mark Twain, the quote, that the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why you're here. What differentiates the best leader? And it has something to do with this spirit, passion for something they hold deeply and consciously at bay. Who they are and why are they in the world becomes very important to them. And they're able to bring out those characteristics in others, that consciousness in others. They don't do it by cajoling or by manipulation. That can be done. It can be done for a short term, but it's not a long-term measure. But they actually help people in the discovery, if they're not already awake to who they are. They help them become awake to why they're in this business or organization. And together that they start to move aggressively towards a vision. That's what differentiates teams, and that's where work spirit comes into play. That spirit of purpose. And it's enunciated, they know what it is, and they speak directly to it. There's power in knowing who you are. There's not much power in being a zombie and just walking through the world and saying, well, a lot of people do it is they do stuff and they say, I don't think that's it. Well, what do you think it is? People that get down and out about the organization or wherever they find themselves in a family. So not being snippet with it, but why do you stay? And really looking for the answer. And then following that answer up. And what would happen if you left? What would happen if you stayed? What would happen if you changed? It's up to them to pull themselves out of the victimhood. It's hard to see from a victim standpoint the aspect that everything's a choice. And I move ahead with everything's a choice. Existentialism, that it is a choice. And how you feel about it and what you do about it. Doesn't mean there aren't barriers around you. Doesn't mean the world doesn't want to guide you to a certain end point. But you are in the driver's seat of your life. And so what does it mean?
After a lifetime of working with groups at the highest level of leadership and strategy, what would you have wanted to teach yourself as a 20-year-old Stephen?
Things I would tell a 20-year-old, be appreciative that you've learned how to manage yourself, then move towards leading yourself. And leading yourself is understanding and starting to do the deep inquiry that you'll do for life. Why am I here on earth? For what purpose? And then to establish a vision. Where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing, being with, learned? And then what values do I want to operate within? So it's really developing that vision, value, and purpose for myself. And then once I have that, then I'd say the last step is start to identify people that I align with on purpose at different levels and start to move with them into the world. If you took leaders in the past, that would be a lion leader would be something like MacArthur in the Pacific, General MacArthur. It's all about me. Most people can't name a general that was under MacArthur's command. But if you go to Eisenhower in World War II in the West, we know about Bradley, we know about Patton, we know about a bunch of them. Why? Because he was a leader of a wild dog pack, drawing together both the Brits and the Americans, all these different personalities to do what? A single focus, defeat Nazism. Wild dogs are unique. That issue of we have a shared vision, and the vision, I don't trump the vision. It's not about me. It's about what we have set our collective mind to. And I'll do anything as your leader to make that happen with you. And perseverance, tenacity, I refuse to give up. Because it really isn't, there's not another option. If it does, it's not another, this is what I've chosen. Why do I give up my life purpose? I just don't go to Walmart and shop for another one. This is what I'm here for. So do or die. And it's not a gloomy thing. I'm just going to make it happen. The nature of leaders, and problem with leaders, sometimes we get the ones that have been highlighted. There's many in our community that are the same. They're no different. We have the Mother Teresa's, we have the Martin Luther Kings, we have those JFKs in our midst. They're not on the big scale or whatever else, or they may go unknown, but they're there. And what you'll see is that it comes from the heart that they may not be the most articulate or swift, or you may want to give them some pointers about how to be a better leader.